That'd be a terrible thing for the Bills.
Meanwhile, for Philly, I think that an early flameout is more likely than another trip to the Super Bowl. I have just seen signs all year that something with this team has not been right. Emmett, especially against good competition, they have not been able to play as physical, to run the ball as effectively, and to score as many points as they were in their Super Bowl run last year.
Yeah, it's been a crazy season. They've kind of had one the year before where they won the Super Bowl, but I will acknowledge this one has been a little weird. It just doesn't seem like everybody is on the same page in that locker room. And the one thing they got in their back pocket is they've been here before.
Yeah.
You know, they've had people say, oh, they can't do it, they're a mess, and then they found a way to get together and flip the switch. Flipping the switch can be done if you're a really good team, but sometimes the fuse is blown.
Yeah.
You flip it and you're like, where are the lights? You know, what's going on? That's on the table, at least for the Eagles this year.
And then I think the tush-push, it's interesting. We've seen some holes with the tush-push here, okay? We have seen a false start penalty from time to time.
Finally, yeah.
We have seen a couple of fumbles from Jalen Hurts. And do you still think every time they're in a short yardage situation, 3rd and 2, tush-push, 4th and 1, tush-push, do you think we're going to see this as we get into these biggest games of the year and they're going to win the division, they're going to be at home, that they're going to lean into it the way that they have in the past, figuratively and metaphorically?
Yeah, you got to.
And literally.
Yeah, you can't switch up now. If that's part of who you are, and trust me, the tush-push is part of who the Eagles are. You can't switch up at the end of the season or in the playoffs. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. I know teams are scouting and they're trying to figure out ways, and it hasn't been as effective as before.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
Yeah.
Don't go away from it.
It's still pretty effective.
Right.
It's still pretty powerful. We also have big happenings going on in the world of college football, Emmett, and that is brought to you by the Venmo debit card. This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Score more with the Venmo debit card. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by Bancorp Bank, N.A. We got a report from Pete Thamel last night about Kyle Whittingham at Utah being the apple of the eye of Michigan. Emmett, I keep asking people who assume that this is like a desirable job. I don't know that Michigan is a football coaching job right now. I think it is a reconstruction project. It's crisis management as much as it is head coach of a football team.
Right. It's more of a PR job, I think, right now, because you have the cheating scandal off into the Moore scandal, and right now you need somebody to settle. It's like when you're sick. I don't know if you did. When you're sick, your stomach was upset. My grandmother used to give me some saltine crackers.
Uh-huh.
And she said it's going to settle your stomach. They need a saltine cracker, a whole sleeve of them, if I'm being honest with you, to settle things down at Michigan and hopefully retain some of their own players, because I could see guys getting out of there.
Yeah.
If they don't find someone that at least the young men who are already there can get behind.
My mom would put me on the brat diet: bananas, applesauce, rice, and toast.
Okay.
But I have always been a believer that the saltine cracker is an underrated cracker.
Oh, man. Saltine cracker and ginger ale should be in, like, the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Like, you should...
I think that it is.
I'm saying you should need a prescription to get saltine crackers and ginger ale, because that's how effective it is.
I'll say this. If I am at a local drugstore and I see somebody buying saltine crackers and ginger ale, I know that they're having stomach issues, and I want to try to stay as far away from that as humanly possible.
Yeah, could you imagine you pull up to your local CVS and it's like, prescription for Golden. Oh, here's your box of saltines and a 2 liter of Werner.
I know what's going there. Werner, Schweppes, or Canada Dry.
Yeah, right.
All pretty darn.
All will do the trick.
All will get it done in the ginger ale category. Emmett, I think, Michigan fans are focused on saving recruits, trying to get competitive again, beating Ohio State, getting back, winning a national championship. I just think stuff like this doesn't happen at your program without losing some juice.
Yeah.
And my guess is that they're going to lose some players, and they're going to have to wrap their head around it. I would, rather than rushing into hiring a coach, because you want to make sure that Bryce Underwood stays at Michigan, I would take a deep breath here and really try to find the right guy to coach the team.
And if Michigan man?
No, well,
I think that's what has gotten them in trouble the past couple of
coaches. Maybe now not a Michigan man is kind of what you're looking for. But even if it means that you lose a couple guys on the line and you lose your quarterback, I think they have to be patient here rather than rushing the process and saying, we're into this guy, we're into that guy, Kyle Whittingham, we want Jed Fish to come from Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator of the Chargers, and who can we get to Kalen DeBoer? Would he ever come from Alabama? I think, like we said, and we agreed, I think that they're going to have to take a green one here, in the sense that they're going to have to take a step back as a program before they are able to move forward. All right. Emmett, coming up, we will get back to the NFL as we head into a really big weekend. We will continue our conversation about who won Christmas yesterday, both on and off the field and the court. But we can't do any of that before you tell us a little bit about our friends at Venmo.
That's right. I'm going to tell you about Venmo and how much I love Ohio State. My wife went to Ohio State. I'm a Buckeye fan, and the cool thing about the new Venmo debit card is you can show your school spirit every time you pay. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that lets everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for a watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and so much more. It's college football season. Score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at Venmo.com/collegecard. Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank NA.
Tomorrow, bowl season continues on ESPN Radio. First at noon Eastern, Penn State faces Clemson in the Bad Boy Morris Pinstripe Bowl. Then it's Georgia Tech BYU in the Pop-Tart Bowl. It's bowl season, and it continues tomorrow on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Hey guys, if you messed up by getting her a robot vacuum cleaner for Christmas, Beard's Diamonds can get you out of the doghouse. Now through New Year's weekend, you can still get that stunning piece of jewelry and save up to 44%. Everything's included. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, all the gifts women love every day of the year. But hurry, this amazingly popular offer ends January 3rd at 5 p.m. and will not be extended. And if you're planning that New Year's weekend proposal, we've got you covered with a great selection of ready-to-wear diamond rings starting as low as $795. It's been a fantastic year at Beard's, and we're so grateful for your business and your trust. In a sea of mega corporate chain jewelers, we're honored to be the only one that's locally owned in the town center. We are proud to be a part of this amazing community, and you can count